story begins back in 1995 when the World Trade Organization was created. Developing countries, including South Africa, who wanted to join, had to sign up to the TRIPS agreement and agree to plan to change their laws to grant a 20-year patent term on all new medicines. Those patents give the medicines monopoly protection for 20 years, keeping other competing manufacturers out of the market and so keeping prices high. But important measures, or flexibilities, have been built into TRIPS, allowing countries to develop laws that prevent this happening and to ensure that patents don't stop people from accessing the medicines they need at a price they can afford. It's 1997. South Africa amends its patent laws so that patent protection on medicines is now extended to a full 20 years. But, crucially, the laws do not include the TRIPS flexibilities aimed at protecting public health and bringing medicine prices down as needed. Drug prices begin to spiral out of control. Faced with a growing HIV epidemic, South Africa's Department of Health tries to improve things by amending the Medicines and Related Substances Act. This encourages the use of generically produced medicines. As well, the Act tries to encourage the import of branded medicines, which pharmaceutical companies sell more cheaply in other countries. The pharmaceutical companies are alarmed by the potential threat to their profits from more affordable generic medicines that the government is trying to introduce. They sue South Africa's government in order to get the law overturned. There's a massive national and international outcry, and the pharmaceutical companies, publicly shamed, drop the case. That same year, the Doha Declaration is signed by World Trade Organization members. It sets out loud and clear that countries are entitled and expected to put the health of their people first by making use of the TRIPS flexibilities to ensure access to affordable medicines. But South Africa's patent laws continue to exclude many of the flexibilities that would dramatically lower medicine prices in the country. Thousands of people in South Africa are dying of HIV/AIDS. Working with whatever legal means they have, the Treatment Action Campaign challenges pharmaceutical companies again and again over the high cost of their medicines for HIV/AIDS and related conditions in South Africa. Complaints to the National Competition Commission force the pharmaceutical industry to allow generic companies to make more affordable versions of these medicines. Prices tumble, but it's not enough. Many medicines for treating other diseases still remain unaffordable. People who need treatment for cancer, diabetes, hepatitis, drug-resistant tuberculosis, and many other conditions still struggle to access them. The patent laws continue to prevent the purchase of cheaper versions available in other countries. 10 years on from the signing of the Doha Declaration, South Africa's Department of Trade and Industry is in the process of creating an intellectual property policy, which will make changes to the patent laws. A campaign is launched by the Treatment Action Campaign, MSF Doctors Without Borders, and Section 27 that aims to get all the TRIPS flexibilities incorporated into the country's patent laws so that people in South Africa can have the medicines they need. Another key demand is for South Africa to start examining patent applications so that patents are properly restricted to only the truly new and innovative drugs. Encouraged by voices of people across South Africa, the Department of Trade and Industry moves forward and releases a draft intellectual property policy, which calls for a number of bold legal reforms to increase access to affordable medicines. Campaigners take part in a demonstration of support for the Department of Trade and Industry's proposed reforms, asking South Africa to stop blindly handing out patents without proper examination. The Fix the Patent Laws Coalition submit a series of recommendations to improve the draft policy. At the start of the new year, documents leaked to the media dramatically uncover a plot to stall the reforms. US and European pharmaceutical companies are revealed to have secretly created a fund of $600,000, over 6 million rand, to finance bogus organizations in South Africa to fight the proposed changes to the law. International outrage follows these covert tactics. Demands to resist pressure from the pharmaceutical industry and to publish the national IP policy continue throughout 2014, as promised deadlines for finishing the policy come and go. Hundreds of tax supporters across the country, in the Western Cape, Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga, Eastern Cape and Limpopo, joined the Fix the Patent Laws campaign to discuss the problems with patents in South Africa and how they make medicine prices excessively high. Prominent individuals and organizations from across the globe sign an open letter to President Zuma and Department of Trade and Industry Minister Rob Davies, calling on the South African government to finalize and adopt the policy without further delay so that the laws can start to change. Join us today in our campaign to resist industry pressure and support South Africa to fix the patent laws and secure better access to affordable medicines for all.